to Stan the Wine Man TV. I'm your host, Stan Dan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show, where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. Doing Riesling today, still celebrating Washington Wine Month. Back to Riesling. Washington State is known for Riesling. It really was a big part of the Washington wine scene in the early days, and they originally started out with the Johannesburg style of Riesling. I'm sure that now there's many different styles of Riesling coming out of Washington State. They're the third largest plantings of Riesling in the world. Germany, of course, number one. Over 52,000 acres of Riesling are planted in Germany. In fact, Riesling is thought to have started out in Germany, in Rheingau, in the 5th century is when it was first mentioned there. So, is that the 15th century, I believe? 1400s? Yes. Yes, 15th century. So a long time ago, mentioned in Germany, and of course we all know, for all those who love Riesling, German Riesling is really a Riesling that a lot of people go to that really like that style of Riesling. You will not find that style in too many places in Washington State, but sometimes you do. You get that little bit of that diesel kind of rubber boot thing going on. Riesling, for all wine geeks, all sommeliers, all those guys, Riesling is a big deal. We all like Riesling a lot. Now, I will say personally, I love Riesling. I don't always crack it open, but the reason we like Riesling so much is because it expresses terroir so well. And it's one of the few grape varieties in the world that really, wherever you plant it, it really shows the soil from which it came. And that's what a lot of people like about Riesling. I think it's a fantastic wine. It's certainly very diverse with food. I'll put these in the order I'm going to taste them. And like I said, in Washington State they produce tons of Riesling. In fact, one producer, I won't mention their name, because I don't think I was supposed to know this information. They produce over 100,000 cases of Riesling, of one Riesling. Pretty incredible. Let's get started. The first one is the 2015. Oh, sorry about the label's a little bit soiled. Something must have spilt on it. 2015 Willow Crest Estate-Grown Riesling, Yakima Valley. This rolls in at $12. So I'm going by price here because I have never compared them before. So 12 bucks. There you go. Now, Willow Crest is a cool winery. They only produce white wines. So they're serious about this stuff. Quiet time there. That doesn't happen very often. No, I really blew up on this one wine in that video, and maybe the gods descended and said, you can't load it no matter how much you edit it. You went off the handle there, and you don't deserve to get that one up on YouTube. Anyway, if anybody has any advice on how to use how to edit videos, I'm going in the stone cold. I've been using Windows Live Movie Maker, which is a great editing program for beginners. But I now have VideoPad. I really like it. I just can't figure out how to use it the way it should be used. All right, let's see what we get on the nose. So very clear color. They don't do any malolactic. At least most wineries don't do any malolactic fermentation with Riesling, so you get a real crisp style. Riesling, by the way, is great with Asian food. Anything with a little spice to it, Riesling is the perfect match. Now this one does have just a touch of that rubber boot. And I'm talking about those, those black rubber boots you had as kids with the red band on them? You know that smell kind of inside? That's what you get. Well, not inside after you've had them on all day, but fresh, new, out of the store. So I am getting that rubber boot element. I'm getting a little bit of apples coming through. Go figure, Washington, apples. Not super complex, I'm pretty much just apples and a little bit of rubber boot. These are not super cold. I do keep them cold, and I've said this many times. And tell me if you agree with this or not. In fact, make a comment if you can, or email me, or whatever you want to do. Twitter, whatever. Do you think it's right for me to drink them at the temperature that most of you are going to drink them? Do you think that's the right way to review wines? See, that's kind of been my approach. I don't want to give somebody false information, like, do we drink these at room temperature so we can get all the nuances on the smell? Well, that would be good, probably for the winemaker more than anything. But, you know, it's really not what you as a consumer is going to taste. So I try to do it as you would. These are actually a little bit, they're not super cold, fresh out of the fridge, but they do have some chill on them. All right, let's see what we get on the palate. Now, this is a great Riesling because this is kind of what I call a crossover Riesling. It has a sweetness to it. In fact, it has a little bit of a sugar-fied apples, like apples with you put a little bit of sugar on them, chopped them up, and ate them. That's what I'm getting out of this. But on the other side of the spectrum, it has a little bit of that petrol coming through, that little rubber boot element coming through, and it finishes dry, and it's very crisp, very clean and sharp on the palate. That's a really good Riesling, and especially at the price, 12 bucks. I mean, come on. You could have this with shellfish if you want a little bit of that sweetness, but it's not super sweet. The only flaw, to me, maybe not to you, a little bit of granulated sugar element coming through on it, but I think it's a well-made Riesling. I think most of you probably wouldn't even notice that. I'm going to go B on that wine. I think it's a very good Riesling. I think the price is redonkulous for what you're getting, and yeah, I'm going to go B. I might even hedge towards a B+. I think that's a good Riesling. Let's move on. A little rinse here. Now this Riesling, very, very popular. I think a couple years ago, or more recent than that, I think a couple of years ago, it made it in the top 100 wines, Wine Spectator. This is the 2015 Kung Fu Girl Riesling, Washington State. It rolls in at, this is part of Charles Smith's wine. He sold this to, I believe, Constellation. Now owns this label. A little close up. There he goes. Charles Smith's a great marketer. But also serious about making good wine. Kung Fu Girl Riesling, Evergreen, Ancient Lakes, Columbia Valley. He puts that on the back. So instead of showing that off on the front, he puts it on the back. Ancient Lakes of Columbia Valley is the appellation. That's a fairly recent appellation, by the way. An Evergreen Vineyard, owned by the Jerry Milbrandt. Great vineyard for white wine. Great vineyard. Let's see what we get on the nose. Again, rubber boot. This is crazy. I love it. I love giving that little bit of a rubber boot petrol. But once again, besides that, there's a lot going on. It's kind of funny. Now, they're not too cold. I'm surprised the aromatics aren't popping on this a little bit better. Could be just my nose today. Yeah, just a hint of, I get a little bit of apricot and apples coming out of that. That came through just then. Yeah, that's about it. Let's see what we get on the palate. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Laser sharp. Laser sharp on the palate. A little bit of lemon element coming through. I get a little bit of that Evergreen Vineyard. It has a, almost call it like a pine needle sort of thing. Not predominant, but it's there. But this is laser sharp. It's clean. It's not sweet. There's a sweetness, but it's not the prominent part of this wine. A lot of Riesling geeks are going to love this. A lot of apple with the skin coming through on the back end, like a little bit of a Granny Smith kind of golden delicious thing going on right at the backside of this wine. But what I like about this wine the most, it is razor sharp across the tongue, fresh, vibrant in the mouth, sweet enough to go with Asian food, that's for sure, noodles, Asian noodles, that sort of thing, but very crisp, very dry, but not super dry. Not turn you off dry, not turn me off, but turn you off dry. This is a good Riesling, my friends. This is a good one. Nice flow across the palate, a little hit of sweetness right on the mid palate. Oh, got a family of deer running across the yard. That's pretty cool. Anyway, the sweetness expands on the mid palate, then finishes, and it has that kind of like somebody took lemon and squeezed it on an apple sort of thing coming through. Once I'm going to get very clean. B on this one, I have to go AA plus on that. That's for $14. That is an excellent reason. I think all you guys out there that love Riesling, that like me, this, you see, it expresses Evergreen so well. I've had Chardonnays from Evergreen that it's such a nice terroir for grapes, and of course Charles knows that, and I hope that Constellation continues to source the fruit from this vineyard because it's excellent. I'm going to go A+. And, you know, can't help it. Got to do it. Let's move on. From my good buddy Trey Bush, I always hate doing, well, we're not buddies. He's a good friend. I like him. 2014, The Magician from Sleight of Hand Cellars. Evergreen Vineyard also. Riesling, 2014. This rolls in at $19. Okay. Trey Bush has the crazy labels here. I'm trying to give you, look at that. Just wild stuff. The Magician. Cool tasting room. If you ever go to Walla Walla, hit up his tasting room. They're really close to Milton Freewater on Pepper Bridge Road. Great winery, great tasting room, great guy. Let's see what we get on the nose. Love it, love it, love it. This one has, this is the most expressive of the three. This has like orange blossom. I'm getting a little bit of apricot, and that the rubber boot isn't as strong as these other two, but it's there. But definitely more fruit coming through on the nose. I love that kind of orange slice, orange blossom thing with the apricots coming through. I like it a lot on the nose. Let's see what we get on the palate. Wow. If you thought the Kung Fu Girl Riesling was a hit, this is the bomb. This is the shit, as we'd say. Love this wine. Wow. Glad I drank it last. Again, it's showing terroir, showing that evergreen vineyard terroir comes through. That little bit of that kind of pine needle, fir needle thing coming through. But laser sharp. I mean, like the Kung Fu Girl Riesling. This has more complexity. This is a bigger bad boy Riesling. I mean, it's more money, obviously. The diesel comes through big time on this one, but it's not overbearing because the acidity is so laser sharp on this one also. Just really penetrates the palate, rips across the tongue. I get tangerine, I get lemon, tangerine, a little bit of apricot coming through. That diesel is there, really expressing itself, expressing the terroir, and I get that, and then on the finish, it just like, it feels like I got somebody put a casing of stainless steel around the back of my tongue. That's just crazy good. That's just really good. Good job, Trey. I was hoping it would be good because I didn't want to diss one of your wines. I would have if I had to. You know that. You know I would. But I didn't have to. So, going to drop this down to A. This is an A+. For sure. I really like the Kung Fu Girl Riesling. The price is really good. But the quality, the complexity of the sleight of hands. Now, the cool thing about these Rieslings, or at least the sleight of hands for sure, it will age. I'd give it 5 to 8 years easily. Wouldn't worry about it at all. It's a great bottle of wine. I'm just going to see what the Kung Fu Girl tastes behind this one. Still fantastic, just not as complex. A+, B, hedging towards B+. Great lineup today. Hopefully, if you're not trying Riesling, give it a shot. Now, don't be afraid to try it. They're not all sweet. I wouldn't call these sweet by any stretch. Maybe this one a little bit more. If you want a little bit of sweet, go here. If you want less sweet, go here. All excellent Rieslings. Hook me up on Twitter at Stan the Wine Man. Watch read my blogs if you would, please. If you want to read some information about wine, StanTheWineMan.com. And I am the blue collar wine guy on the Seattle PI. I just posted my pick of the week recently, and it was I should know, right? Oh, Desert Wind wine. So, and we are going to do an episode on Merlot before this thing ends, because Washington State does great Merlot, and that was a Desert Wind Merlot on my pick of the week. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your $1.